Welcome to DIY Easy Crafts and Bergknifemaking.com. Today we're going to take a look at how to make layered resin knife handles. Now these scales, or knife handles, were cast out of Totalboat thickset resin, and they were actually a mistake. I made these completely by mistake, but I thought they came out so good that I'd make this little video. So basically I've been making a lot of knife handles out of cast resin, and every time I mix the resin, I pour whatever's left over in my mixing container into a plastic cup, and I usually just discard that cup once it's full. When I looked at this one, I said, you know what, maybe I'll just gonna see how these would actually look cut and ground into knife handles. So again, this is a very simple project, just following along. All I did was go to a belt grinder, and I ground 2 flats. In the future, I think I'm gonna make these again. I'll probably choose a different shaped container. Anyway, after grinding, I was able to get off that outer plastic cup, and then I just sliced it using my bandsaw. If you had a table saw, and a push stick, you could certainly cut this in a variety of different ways. Nothing special here. I just used a bandsaw and a push stick. Be real careful anytime you're cutting this stuff or grinding this stuff. Make sure you're wearing a respirator, and make sure it's cured completely so it's not gummy or tacky at all. This particular cup probably sat for 2 weeks before I picked it up and decided to do anything with it. So when it got it sliced, I went back to the grinder again. This is still that coarse grit 24 grit belt, and I just ground away any of those real deep sore marks. And then the way I polish resin is very simple. I just use an oscillating sander, and I run through a variety of grits. I start with an 80, and I go to a 220, and each grit is only for a few seconds on each side. You really just want to clear off whatever the deeper grit grind marks are. Anyway, I went 80, 220, 400, 1,000, and then 2,000. So that was the 1,000. This will be the 2,000, and you'll see how fast this is. It's really just just a few seconds on each side. I find that when you're going to go polish resin or epoxy, you either have to sand down to 2,000 or give it a good hand sanding down to 1,500 or 2,000 in order for it to polish quickly and easily. And the polishing, I just used a little bit of polishing compound. It's a very light touch. You're not pushing very hard against that buffing wheel. Let the buffing compound do the work, and it polishes up very, very quickly. So this is the finished piece. This is one side of a scale. It's a little bit thick, but I think these end up looking really nice on a knife handle. And if you were planning this out, you could do a variety of different colors, but I kind of like the haphazard look. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short little how-to video. I would ask that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd also love to hear any comments. If you're interested in making your own knives, check out the book that Jason Northgard and I put out 1.5 years ago called Introduction to Knife Making, and you can find that on Amazon.com. Also check out our Facebook group, Knives and Knife Making. Thank you very much.